All right, Gemini, here we go. May 2026, the third slice or third stop in my 12-stop zodiac fly through. Let's cut the deck. Let's get a theme energy for you. All right, let's do it. Let's go. Come on, give me something. Five of Wands. Conflict. I don't feel like you're in conflict with a soulmate, though. I feel like this might be 10 swords. I think you're in conflict with somebody attached to someone from your past. Okay? I feel like that. I do. I feel like you're not going to get to move forward unless you have a chat with somebody. Maybe it's their ex, or maybe it's their dad, or maybe it's their friends, or whatever. I don't know. That's just what I feel like here. I could read it another way. If I could say you and the soulmate have a fight. I could see that here very clearly. But it does clear the path for you to move in a new direction. I just don't. It feels like there's a third energy here. Okay, so I'm gonna stick with my. We'll see where the reading takes us. All right, we'll see where we go. Take it. Just take it as it resonates, like the kids like to say. Let's shuffle the deck. Let's go. We're going to do a pyramid here, right? Top of the row is how somebody feels about you. Middle is how they see you. And the bottom of the pyramid is potential final outcome for you. Okay? I'll clarify whatever I think needs clarifying. Throw some universe cards at the end if necessary. All right? It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you. But if the title brought you in here or you found Steve's Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. I'm not a fucking Time Lord. Whenever you find it, you're meant to find it. All right? Let's do it. Let's go. Let's see where we Let's see where we go. Yeah, you got a problem. 10 Wands. Somebody sees you as a pain in their ass. You see them as a pain in your ass. You got a big pain in the ass or a pain in the back to deal with here. Okay? Before you and a soulmate can get in that 3 of Wands mode and start heading toward the 4 Wands of the happy new beginning. All right? I get it. I'm right. I read the energy pretty well. I'm all right. I'm still learning as I go through life. I'll be better in my next lifetime. I'm pretty good, okay, in this one, but I think next time I'll be closer to the warlock on the hill. But for right now, we're here. I read that initial energy correctly. You got a problem with a third energy, somebody attached to your person. Maybe it can also be, look, maybe I've been in this situation when I was younger. I dated a girl. She had a couple of kids. I was too young for that. I wasn't ready for that. I didn't want that. It created problems between us. I got to go. You know, I didn't like leaving because of the kids. I didn't like that. I thought that was kind of mean or terrible. I felt bad for her. But hey, it wasn't my thing at the time. My life wasn't set up for it. Right? So I did the right thing. Could be somebody's got kids and those kids are posing a problem for you, or somebody attached to them, their dad or their mom. Right? There's always that. They always got to come in and pee on their territory. Just remember, I'm their dad. You know, that kind of a thing. Okay, yeah, I got that. Right. All right. Here we go. You can always come back with some kind of line. Yeah, I know you're their dad because my kids wouldn't be that ugly. I think that might start a fight. You might want to back off on that. Me as a hothead, I'd probably say that. Okay, so let's see where we go here. I'm just being honest with you. Yeah, look at the moon underneath that, fueling it. Yeah. You got a problem. And it's a behind-the-scenes problem that I think has been causing you problems. And I've brought this up to you before in these readings. I said your person's controlled by somebody on their side. Usually they reflect as a King of Wands. Well, here's some wands for you. All right. There's a lot of wands right there. Let's see where we go. All right. Whoever this problem is, let's see how they feel about you. I don't think your soulmate's going to show up here. I think your fucking problem is going to show up here. All right? Let's see where we go. Am I ready for this one? I know. It started out so nice with the Aries one. It was so beautiful. And now it's just going to shit. Anyway, let's see where we go. 2 of Wands. Somebody wishes you'd make other plans. This person, how they feel about you, they wish you'd make other plans. They wish you'd just fucking get lost. The Hangman. They feel you have undue influence over whoever it is they're trying to control. What's red here? And the Five of Cups. Again, these two are red together. I mean, how can I steve it up a little for you? Right? I mean, this right here, whoever this person is, they'd like to destroy your world, burn your house down, and beat you fucking senseless, and then tell you to get lost. Okay? This person, they just, again, you keep jamming them up somehow. They feel like you jam them up. They feel like they tell their person, maybe it's their daughter or their son, whoever your soulmate is, it's something attached to this person, and they have some kind of control over them. And they feel like they tell your person something, and then they hear something else from you, and your words hold more weight. It's very frustrating. There's a lot of frustration in here. That's why I say this person wants to go all fucking ballistic, all nuclear on you. You know, I mean, they really do. Wow. You got a problem. All right? And it's a problem that's fighting from the shadows. And that's always a difficult situation. Okay? Or you might be a little bit powerless to deal with it. You might be. All right. Well, anyway, how do they see you? When they think about you, this is how they feel. Shit. They want to burn your house down. How they feel. What do they think about you? The Four of Wands. And what else? And the Six of Pentacles. They don't think you bring enough to the table. They don't. They don't think you bring enough. This feels like a parent of your soulmate or an ex. Again, it's a situation, the way it feels. It feels either one of these two things. It doesn't have to be. I've got to give you something. Okay? People always get on people like me. You know, readers out here about, you're not very specific. Well, there's thousands of people watching. You want specific? Here you go. Either this is, you're dating somebody or your soulmate has kids, and this is their parent who doesn't feel like you're fit to be around their kids, or this is your soulmate's parent who is very controlling or whatever, you know, Mr. or Mrs. What do you bring to the table? Well, I give you 2 goats and a shilling for your daughter. Well, that's not enough, motherfucker. Right? It's a bit of that. This person thinks you want to marry your person, you might, or thinks that you want a happy new beginning with them, but they don't think you're offering enough. In some capacity, you don't bring enough to the table. You're not good enough to be a stepdad or stepmom to their kids, or you're not good enough to marry their son or daughter. Whatever it is, that's the way it reads. And there's all sorts of offshoots, so don't go, well, he was specific on 2 things, but I'm neither of those. There are offshoots that come out of those that could play out 1,000 different ways. All you got to do is catch my drift. Okay? You're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Start a YouTube channel. You'll know what I mean. People say you're not specific enough. You get specific. Well, you were too specific. Right? You can't win. It's like herding cats, as has been said. Okay? But there are offshoots. You've got to think laterally. That's all I can tell you. All right? I've seen this scenario before. I've seen it before in this Gemini reading, but it's never been coming to a head the way it is here. Okay? It's coming to a head. Potential final outcome for you. Finally, you show up here. Can I take a peek real quick? You mind? You mind if I take a peek? All right, here we go. I always ask the girls that too before I look. You know, I mean, honestly. I even ask animals that before I look. It's the 10 of Cups. It's red with the Hangman. You end up this month with a new perspective on what you can get out of this situation, on what this situation will provide you. Or whether it's worth it or not. I don't know. Altered goals. Can I call it that? Altered goals. It does end well for you. I think you're okay. I think if there's a fist fight, you win. I think you can take this person. Okay? Whether it's a fist fight or a fight of wills or a fight of who brings what to the table, I think you come out a victor here. And I didn't show it to you. I should have. Now I realize I should have showed it to you. When I first picked up the witches to pull the reading, before I cut the cards, it had a 6 of Wands victory at the bottom. Okay? I'm telling you, I didn't show you. It was there. I swear to you. Okay? So now that makes sense. when I see these two read together here. Let's clarify. You ready? All right. I'm going to be selective. I have been with these readings. Otherwise, they get too long. I can't. Oh, I'm gonna pull on the Five of Cups. Give me the Five of Cups. This person wants you gone. I'm gonna pull on the Five of Cups. I might need to pull on the Two of Wands, but I'm gonna try to bring it over. Okay. Five of Cups. Why is that here? This person is hoping you fail. Whoever they are, which again makes sense. Somebody, especially if you're with a person with kids, those kids' dad or mom does not want someone else with influence on their kids. Usually, it becomes a thing, if you will. I don't know. Sometimes sometimes it works out really good. I'm willing to admit that. Sometimes it works out really good, but sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's a pain in the ass. Either way, however it's playing out for you, this third party wants you to fail. Wants you fucking gone. Hopes you make other plans. Tell me about the Five of Cups. Why is it here? It's crossed by the Two of Swords. They feel like the only way they get peace is with your defeat, with you gone. This is somebody who might pull some shit. I said, you're being fought from the shadows. They might pull some shit, right? Maybe I don't know. They call the parking police on your car. They call they do little things just to sort of, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Fighting from the shadows. What's on top? See? And the other hidden energy. I was just talking about the moon. I showed you that from fighting from the shadows. And here we go. Hidden energy. This person's going to pull some shit from behind the scenes. They feel like they need to. They feel like they want to fuck with you. Okay. They do. Have your car impounded. Why? I don't know. Whatever. Why is that here? The Page of Pentacles. Are you smarter than this person? Are you more? Can you do more stuff? Are you better? What's the bridge? Yeah, I think you are. I think this person feels like you're better than them, and that can affect things if they're the father or mother of the actual children that are with your soulmate. That can affect things if they think you're better than them or you're this or that or the other thing. All right. I'm going to pull on the Two of Wands. I want to. That's just the way it reads. Ultimately, I think they feel like from behind the scenes they want to fuck with you. They're thinking of stuff they can do. I don't think not necessarily that they do it because it's in the feelings category, but this person harbors a lot of resentment towards you, whoever they are. They really resent the fuck out of you. They're seething on the inside, and it's about to pop, All right, here we go. They want to teach you a lesson. I could phrase it that way. But I gave you the secondary energy where they want to teach you a lesson because they feel threatened about you. So they want to kind of come out on top. They want to be the hero a little bit. And again, that can apply if your soulmate has kids, and this is the kid's actual parent, the other parent, the ex. They can want to be the hero. They can want to seem like the big. They might disparage you. In a better world, a higher vibrational person wouldn't do that. You've got co-parenting going on all the way around. It doesn't have to be. It just feels very strongly because I see the kids right here. You see them. There they are. It's for some, it is that. For others, it's the other option I gave you. And for others, it's an offshoot. Either way, they feel like they want to teach you a lesson. They might do some fighting from the shadows. Right? All right, here we go. Report you to whatever. Who knows? Right? Two of Wands crossed by the Four of Pentacles. This person's afraid you're sticking around. It's a miser energy. Misers hold on. You see how she's holding the purse? This person's afraid you're sticking around, that you're not going away. What's on top? The Hierophant. This person's afraid you're sticking around for the long term. Why is the Hierophant here? The Queen of Wands. Again, it comes up that you... Oh, the Fool. Yeah. Again, this person wishes you were gone. Again, it comes up that you are better than this person. They know it. They know you're smarter, you're faster, you're better. Are you bionic? You might be. I don't know. You know, there was that episode of The Bionic Man where they had the $7 million man. It actually is a very famous episode of the show. And what made it famous is the other guy, right, had 2 bionic arms, whereas Steve Austin only had 1. Right? So he's like lifting the weight with 1 arm and he's trying to balance the bar. The other guy's just picking it up with 2 hands and chucking it a mile. Right? You know, it's a bit of that. You're the $7 million man. You got 2 bionic arms. This fucker only got 1. And they're like, I thought I was great. But man, it'd be great to have the left one bionic too. You know, it's a bit of that. They feel threatened by you. All right? What ended up happening in that episode, by the way, why Steve Austin went on and we didn't have the $7 million man, the guy went nuts. He was too strong. He was too powerful. He was too crazy. That's right? So, again, I'm going to encourage you to give you the same advice I always give you. Be cool. Don't go crazy. Right? Don't go crazy. Or you'll end up getting canceled. All right, let's see where we go. Let's talk about the 6 of Pentacles. Let's talk about it. It's a bit of that. I think this person feels threatened by you. All jokes aside about bionics, I think this person feels threatened by you in some way. Just like old Colonel Steve felt threatened by the guy with 2 bionic arms instead of just 1. Right? Which makes more sense to me. I mean, I don't know. Let's see where we go. I've never lied. I've never held back in my disdain for how they built the bionic man. I don't get it, you know. Give him everything. Go do all the limbs. Do both eyes. You know, what the fuck? Let's go. You're either all in or not. What's this 1-arm shit? Then he had the battle, Bigfoot, Andre the Giant. He had 2 fucking bionic arms. Steve only got 1. It's a disadvantage, man. All right. It is what it is. This person's at a disadvantage to you and their ego doesn't, and they don't like it. Okay? Six of Pentacles. Why is it here? I knew he'd show up. Oh, I fucking knew it. Of all the readings, right? I couldn't find him in the Aries. I couldn't find him in the Taurus. Oh, I got him. Here he is. It's the devil. Right there. This person is just shooting you down in the 3D. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. You know, anytime oh no, don't make me say it. I think you're soulmates with both of them. I think you've got a soul connection with both people. Your person and the person controlling them, whether it's a parent or an ex or whatever it is, or a friend. You've got a soul connection with both people. So you've got, it's sort of like Ghostbusters when they cross the streams, right? Don't cross the streams kind of a thing. It's sort of what's happening here. This person's shooting you down big time, whatever the case. It doesn't matter. Let's talk about the devil, because the 2 of Cups is going to fall out on top anyway. This person's shooting you down big time. You might say, you know, your person might say, yeah, but they bring a lot to the table. They have a Range Rover. Well, then this person who's attached, who's fighting from the shadows, is going to say, yeah, but it's an old one. It's not one of the new ones. It's like a 2005 or something. I mean, it's not. Whatever. Right? That kind of a thing. Why is that here? This explains why they're trying so hard. Yeah, the 9 of Cups. They like you and they don't want to. They don't want you around. They feel this connection. They're basically trying to run. Soulmate connections. Pretty much, especially ones with soul contracts. You got a soul contract. All 3 of you signed up for this before you got here. I'm sorry, but you did. Okay? You could take it for what it's worth to you. Hocus pocus and all. I don't give a shit. You signed up for this when you came here. All 3 of you signed up. You signed up to be the soulmate, the good person, the Hierophant, the guru. I'm going to teach you. I'm going to show you a better way. And Your person signed up to be controlled by this other soulmate who signed up to be the asshole, who signed up to be Darth Vader, who signed up to be the villain. All right? End of story. You're both having a tug of war with Princess Leia. I don't know what else to tell you here. That's what's going on. They're running. They're trying to run from you, but instead of running, they're trying to push you away. All right? So if you're wondering why this person doesn't like you so much, why they're sabotaging what feels to you like a beautiful soul connection in some way, and again, just catch my drift here. I'm doing the best I can with these energies. All right? Obviously, your person isn't actually Darth Vader. Okay? Let's be honest. If they breathe heavy, well, whatever. If they're walking around with an iron lung, they got emphysema, they might sound like Darth Vader, but they're not. All right? They're just running from you. That's all. There's a three-way soul connection here. And that's also why they feel threatened. All right? What's going on, 10 Cups? Your final outcome. Let's just get to it. Holy shit. If I was extending these, I'm not. I said I wasn't going to, and I'm not going to. This would be one I would extend. That is a fascinating connection with that devil crossing there and the Two of Cups. This is a fascinating connection. Oh my. All right. It'll show up some other time in a reading with Steve or something. I promise you. It will. Don't worry. I'll try and call it in, if nothing else. Let's see where we go. But I don't control what comes in. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I'll try. The Lovers. Yeah, you get a clear view of what's going on here. You get some perspective. Perspective is very valuable. But it's not about perspective on this connection as much as it is the Lover's card. The universe lights up a path. Okay? It's an easy way to describe this card. The universe makes the choice. The universe lights up this path. Okay? And we use our free will to decide whether we go down it or not. Right? You get to see the path that's lit. The clear path toward new love. If it's with this person, great. If it's not, then you get to see what the path is. You get to decide. Do you go towards something else or do you stick with this? Either way, you'll see which path is lit up from a lofty perspective. A little bit of a ding, light bulb going off there. What's on top? The Emperor. Yeah. And why is that here? The Two of Wands. And there you are. Whoops. There you are, actually making plans. There's your Two Wands right there, right? There it is. There's your Emperor. You get to, because of your lofty perspective, you get to take control of this situation and actually decide where you're going. I believe, from the look of things, because this person wishes you'd move in another direction, but she's facing the other way. I think you decide to stay in this. And that wouldn't surprise me because you got a three-way soul connection here. And it's really fucking powerful. I don't mind telling you. It's a powerful connection. You guys, you three, could be more than three, but we'll just say three. You three, the person who controls your person and you, signed up for this. This is something here. It's part of what's making you the guru. It's part of why this connection, stop that. This connection is why you are high vibration in this lifetime. It's what's making your vibration very high. All right? It is what it is. I don't know. And I think that's why you make a wise decision here to take control of the situation because now you have the lofty perspective. And I think you decide, well, this fucker wants me to go left. I'm going to go right and stay. I think you do decide that. I think that's how it plays out. It's just my thought. Doesn't matter. You decide what you want to decide. Knock yourself out. You got all the time in the world with the bridging energy of the Knight of Pentacles. All right? It was always coming down to this. What's happening in the month of May, and again, I'm not a Time Lord. It could bleed into June. I don't know how fast you're going on your timeline. What's happening here in this reading, the shit that I'm talking about, was always going to happen. It was part of the soul contract. That's why the soul contract showed up in this reading. Okay? I don't know. Do what you want. Make your own decisions. All right? But that is your reading. I hope it was helpful. I've done my best. This is wow. Again, I was specific with a couple of main categories, but each one of those has categories or ideas or whatever that'll branch off of it. All right, so if you're here for a reason. It could just be one thing I say. It doesn't have to be the whole reading. Keep that in mind with any of my readings. It could just be one thing I say, but it's worth it for you to know. Knowledge is power, right? All right, that's your reading. Good luck.